If you're a subscriber of mine, you would normally see me talking about animated shows on my channel. But since I'm a huge fan of the first Karate Kid movie, I gave this series a chance. Going into it, I wasn't expecting a whole lot, but this series really surprised me, and now I really want to see a season 2. The show is currently on YouTube Red, and yes, you have to be a subscriber of YouTube Red to watch the first season, as if paying for Netflix, Hulu, and Funimation wasn't already too much. But for me, I just bought the 30-day trial just to watch the full season. But anywho, let's just get on with the review. Taking place years after the events of The Karate Kid, this series follows Johnny Lawrence 34 years later. After losing to Daniel LaRusso in the finals of the Alley Valley Karate Championship, he hasn't been able to bounce back. Ultimately, it's a redemption story for this character, and this series is much more interesting than we originally thought. So many years later, we thought he was the main antagonist and the bully of the story. You definitely sympathize with him. Of course, it depends on how you look at the entire thing, but we can't put ourselves in a position to say Daniel is a bad person either. Nonetheless, it's still very interesting, and it's a story we didn't get to think we'd enjoy until now. On the other hand, Daniel is now a very successful businessman and a family man. He owns a number of car dealerships and is married with 2 kids. He also tries to hold those morals and values Mr. Miyagi taught him so long ago. Basically, he has it made and has nothing to complain about. This haunts Johnny though, especially knowing he wasn't able to bounce back from that defeat. This goes beyond karate now. It's more about his current life situation. Everywhere else he goes, he sees Daniel, and it reminds him most of his failures. It's a very deep and an engaging story. He saves Miguel from a bunch of bullies in the front Stop and Shop, and Miguel is very impressed. But eventually he caves and decides to open the famous Cobra Kai dojo. From there on out, things start to get more intriguing. Of course, we'll let you see how it plays out. Despite some of the seriousness and sadness of the series, background and plot, most of it is very interesting. There are various moments of heart, charm, and humor. In reality, once you start, you won't be able to stop. It doesn't help that the first season is only 10 episodes, from each episode ranging from 25 to 36 episodes. Basically, it shouldn't take you more than a few hours to binge watch the whole show. As for the performances, everybody is great, especially Ralph and Williams. They reprise their roles in respectable fashion. The first cast members are great also. For example, Zolo as Miguel is great. He simply wants to survive high school. He delivers a great and versatile performance. There are some standouts such as Jacob Bertrand and Eli Hawk, Tanner Buchanan as Robbie Keene, and Mary Mauser as Samantha LaRusso. I highly recommend you watch this series and give it a shot. It's extremely surprising and one of the best shows we've seen so far this year by far. The ending definitely leaves it open for a second season. Based on the feedback, it would be a no-brainer if YouTube picked it up again. Cobra Kai Season 1, for me, gets a 9.5 out of 10. Yes, it was that good. This is Red Wolf signing out, and I'll see you next time. Peace.